Hey guys, in today's video, we're gonna talk about 4 simple ways to fix your slice forever and how you could do it in as little as 8 golf balls. Hey guys, so before we dive into today's video, I want to talk about CogornoGolf.com and how we can work together to take your game to the next level. Specifically, how you can send your swings in to myself and our awesome team of coaches. We can identify what priorities you need to work on, what specific drills to do, how many reps to do, what days per week. A very personalized practice plan and really help guide you through the process, what it's going to feel like, what to expect along the way, when to move on to the next priority, when to stay on the current priority, plus everything else you get with the site, all the practice plans, how to take your range game out onto the golf course, ultimately improve your swing and improve your game. Would love to see you at CogornoGolf.com. Put the link down below. All right guys, Eric here out at the Bethlehem Golf Club. We're talking about fixing your slice in today's video. 4 simple ways on how to do that. Now, if you do struggle with your slice, I would love to work with you at CogornoGolf.com, figure out exactly why you slice, put a game plan in place, take your game to the next level with driver and all clubs. Actually schedule a 15-minute phone call with myself. We'll put that link down below. And guys, if you guys are watching this and do like it, do us a favor, click that gray thumbs up button below the video. It really helps us out. And the subscribe if you're new and haven't subscribed yet. So 4 simple ways to fix your slice. Now in today's video, we are going to talk about driver, but this information does apply for all clubs. Now the first thing we have to understand in terms of our slice is the root cause of that slice is a club face that's too open to the path. So if I just bring that over here so you can see, what I'm saying is the toe gets too far behind the heel. And that's going to apply at all points in the swing. That makes the club face point too far to the right relative to your club path, and that's the main reason why the ball slices, the main thing we have to correct. So if we know the club face being open is the main reason why we slice, we know that anything we do needs to work to directly close the club face. So what we want to have in our swing is the toe more left of the heel. Let me bring that up there so you can see. So anytime the toe is left of the heel, for a right-handed golfer, that club face is pointed left. And that's the main thing we need to do to get rid of the slice. Now, the first thing that controls that toe to heel relationship or the club face relationship is the grip. So what I want you to do is put your hands out in front of you. Thumbs are straight forward towards, let's say, the golf ball, and we'll call that 12 o'clock. I'd like you to turn your hands, for a right-handed golfer, clockwise to the point where your thumbs would hit 2 o'clock. Start with them straight forward at 12, turn them to the right to the point where you hit 2 o'clock. Now, if I feel the way my hands would feel, and I just kind of fake have a grip on there, you can see where my hand placement would be, much more turned than most of us are used to. So if I get that same feeling in my hands with my left hand, I want to be able to look down and see 3 knuckles. I want you to see 3 knuckles. I'm going to bring my right hand on again, feeling like they're turned at about that 2 o'clock position. The V between my thumb and index finger on both hands are at my right shoulder. That's going to work in swing to help get my toe in front of the heel. Now the first part of this and the first 2 golf balls I want you to hit are just with the grip. And how this video is going to work is I want you to start with this part 1, hit 2 balls, and if that gets rid of your ball curving to the right, do just that. Just change that 1 variable and play. So I got my grip on, 3 knuckles, V's by my shoulder. I'm going to do nothing else. I'm going to hit a ball and see what the curvature does. Now I happen to hit that one pretty good right down the middle, but you might hit the ball who knows where from there, right? But what you're looking for on ball 1 is, did the ball curve less to the right or no curve to the right, which is what we're looking for. And if that's all you need, that's all you need. A lot of you, with just the grip change, because you normally will swing a little too far outside and across, like your club path is too far left, a lot of you, when you just change your grip and just square your club face up, are going to hit that ball really solid, but it'll be a little pull or a little pull hook. That's okay. Our goal is get rid of curves to the right first. 3 knuckles, V's to the right shoulder. This is ball number 2. Just the grip, looking for it to not curve right. Good, and there's another one I hit pretty straight down the middle. Now, part 2 of this, and I want you to do this in addition to the grip, right? You're gonna do part 1, add in part 2, add in part 3, and it's gonna stack itself up. We've got all these elements in to make the ball not curve right. The second part is gonna be our, we'll call it our stance or our posture. What I want you to do is have your feet stay square to the target, but I want both your right hip and your right shoulder to be pulled back. So I want you to aim your hips and your shoulders 10, 20 yards to the right of your target without changing your hips. So we're presetting some of this turn. Feet stay square, right hip and right shoulder pull back. Puts my chest behind the ball. So now I've got my grip on, 3 knuckles, V's by my shoulder. That's gonna help square the club face. Now I have my right hip and my right shoulder pulled back. That's gonna help me make sure my club path works from inside. So grip, shoulder and hip back without changing my legs. And I'm gonna hit and monitor the ball flight. The goal is no balls that curve to the right. Awesome. Now that one I hit probably about a 30-yard hook, which is good for me. That tells me those things worked. What makes the ball hook to the left? Well, it's the opposite of what makes it slice to the right. If a ball that slices to the right is because the club face is too open, toe behind heel, that means a ball that hooks to the left is a club face where the toe's too in front of the heel. So my normal swing produces a straight shot. I just put in those 2 elements, it made me hook it 30 yards left. That's beautiful. For you, if you're hooking them 30 yards left, you should be jumping up and down with a slice. 3 knuckles, V's to my shoulder, that's ball 3, this is ball 4. Feet stay square, my right hip and right shoulder pull back. Now pull them back and keep them back. Okay, your chest and head will feel more behind the ball. Grip and alignment, ball number 2. Yeah, now that was a really nice one. Started a little bit to the right and curved back to the middle. Okay, now with just the grip and the shoulder alignments, I would assume at least 50% of people who slice should be no longer slicing it. Again, you might be hitting some pulls to the left, but they should be more solid, going farther. Be okay with that for the time being. The goal, no balls curving to the right. The third part, if you have the grip turned strong, which is for the point of having the club face be more closed, but the ball's still curving to the right, the next piece, number 3 we want to do, is ensure that the club face stays more square to closed during the takeaway. So I want you to, during the initial takeaway, by the time the club gets about hip high, keep the toe more in front of the heel. Keep the club face pointed more down towards the ground. So basically I'm keeping that same alignment where I want the face to be closed so that I can not slice it. So now again, I'm going to stack these elements on each other. Grip turn strong, right hip, right shoulder back, toe in front of heel. So keep the club face more closed in the takeaway. Grip, shoulders, club face closed in the takeaway. And there again, for me, that's probably a 10 to 15 yard draw to the left. So overdone on all those elements. Me coming from a neutral swing and not slicing is exactly what I would expect. Your goal, did it not curve right? Okay. Now, ball number, what are we on here? 6. Grip turn strong. Right hip, right shoulder back while my feet stay square. Head feels more behind the ball. Right shoulder feels down and back, right? I'm going to keep the toe in front of the heel early, club face tilted down. So long as it doesn't curve right, I'm happy. Now, part 4 and the last piece is going to be the club face relationship in the follow through. You've done the grip, you've done the shoulders, you kept the club face feeling more closed early with the toe in front of the heel, and the ball's still slicing to the right. Then I want you to feel the same relationship in the follow through, which is I want you to feel like the toe gets in front of the heel in the follow through. So a little bit exaggerated of the club face closing. So now we're going to put those 4 together, stack them up, 3 knuckles, hip and shoulder back, toe in front of heel, toe in front of heel. So now we're really stacking things up to make the ball curve left and not to the right. Grip, hip and shoulder back, toe in front of heel, toe in front of heel. Yeah, and that's one for me. It's kind of a nice sweeping hook there. All right, guys, so those are the 4 things I want you to do to fix your slice. Understanding, getting the club face to go from open to the path to close to the path is most important. I expect you to be able to stop curving the ball to the right for a right-hander, the slice, and have the ball curving to the left within just 8 shots with those pieces. Now, a lot of you will need to feel all 4 of those just to get to neutral, because likely your grip is too weak, your shoulders are too open, the club face is too open, and the club face is too open again. So you'll likely need to feel all those just to get to neutral. Don't be surprised if you just go from slice to straight, but remember, to get rid of the ball slicing to the right, hitting some left pulls and some pull hooks in the beginning would be okay. That's much more solid. They're gonna go farther. After you get the club face under control, you can start to work on the club path. That's for another separate video. All right, guys, so last little point here, if you're working through this, still slicing it, you do want to be aware of where you're hitting on the club face. The more you hit on the heel of the club, the more the ball wants to slice to the right. The more you hit on the toe, the more it wants to hook to the left. So just maybe get some spray or check your club face angle if you're still hitting slices to work on, hey, where am I hitting? Make sure I'm getting in the middle of the face and at least be aware of where that's at. The second part is club fitting. Now, a lot of times you're slicing it because your swing mechanics, but I have seen scenarios where the swing mechanics are pretty good and the club head or the shaft is so far off what you should have, the ball slices anyway. So check where you hit on the face, check and make sure that you have your driver fit for you as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching today's video. Hopefully those 4 pieces and that 8-ball set is helping you curve less to the right. I'm incredibly confident this will help you. If it doesn't, fix it in 8 shots. Keep on it. Keep doing those things. Your goal is to go from the balls curving to the right to hitting some hooks to the left. Get to that point and then send a comment and send a message and we could talk about next steps, but you have to do that first. If you guys enjoyed this video, we're going to put another card on the screen, similar slice style video if you'd like to work with myself and our coaches to really take your game to the next level so I could see your swing and give you specific advice. Schedule a 15-minute phone call with me at cogornogolf.com. Put that link down below. We'll also put that logo on the screen.